peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good morning, viewers. Welcome to this show, the Legacy Trend Show, coming to you from Political Command Center of Punchline Africa Television. The show is due, or was due to start at 9 o'clock. We are some 22 minutes late because of the technical difficulties. However, we shall kick it. The political debrief start with me in the studio of Malindi, on the coast. In Malindi, the coast of Kenya, is none other than Karen Josephs. Karen Josephs, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Matsanga, and a very good morning to our viewers. This is Karen Josephs from Malindi.
Thank you very much. She will be with me on this show. We shall take you through first the updates of COVID-19, then the political debrief on the newspapers, the topics that are on the newspapers, and then we shall look at the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta. How far has President Uhuru Kenyatta gone to fight corruption? Has corruption been fought? Yes, to some extent, about 65% of Kenyans agree that His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta has fought corruption. He's tried his level best. He's one of the few leaders in Kenya's history to start fighting corruption and to take on the evil of corruption head on. As we speak today, very many people fear to touch government money. And I believe in Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, Malindi, Lamu, Taita Taveta, the areas that you traverse most of the time. As a correspondent, you agree with me that people are fearing to touch government money now. What's your position?
Well, having looked at issues of, for example, Waluke's issue, it has sent shivers down here. People are so careful when it comes to dealing with government's money. And I think it's a positive move. It's a good move because it has to do with offering services to the people. But then if you do it freely without fear, then it's not right. So it's a positive move for people to have this fear of misusing government's resources. It's actually a positive, it has brought a positive impact. What our president has done has brought a positive impact. It's a good move, Daktari.
Thank you very much. A good move, positive impact to the people of Kenya, the people of the coast. What are your feelings in Malindi?
I feel whoever will pick it from there should do the same, because if we have to deal with it right now, this is the time for us to deal with it right now, and we should not keep on postponing. Corruption is a virus of its own kind, and it has eaten us for some time. So when our president has begun dealing with it right now, whoever will pick it next should do the same, and that is how we shall do away with it gradually, because it's not something that happens. You just don't wake up one morning and having dealt with corruption. It takes time. It's a gradual process, but we should not discourage this move that the president has begun right now. We should, whoever will pick it from there, should just keep on doing that.
Thank you very much. That's a very good analysis. The shivers, it has sent shivers in the eyes, in the backs of so many people who would have liked to pick up money or to corruptly obtain money. That's a good point you have made. Let's look at this, the newspaper One, the Standard newspaper.
Yes.
From your point of view, this is the headline of the Standard newspaper. And the production team down in Nairobi, in Kenya, should bring it online. Can you bring it online, sir, the Standard newspaper? It says cracking open the mystery of corona billions. Billions of shillings on corona. There is something coming up there. You can see it on the screen up there as I have shown you.
Yes.
Baptism of fire for new Auditor General as Parliament demands special probe into COVID-19 spending, while the Treasury CS seeks to turn off the money tax. Most of the governors in the counties are using this money for different things. Most of the people are not using the money for the correct thing. If it is COVID money, let it be COVID money. I don't know why they are using COVID money to do some other things. You don't need to arrange meetings unless these meetings are held connected with COVID. So what we are trying to do is, and what the government should do, is streamline and stop politicizing. You know, COVID-19, I wrote in the legacy this morning, political virus. It has become a political virus. In fact, the political virus might kill us more than the COVID-19.
Yes.
Because we're seeing a political virus, everything is being politicized. Everything, people are personalizing the fight against COVID-19. People are attacking families. People are attacking individuals. People are targeting communities. Instead of us fighting, countries attacking another country. If we go the way things are going right now, believe me or not, from the legacy trend, I believe things might not be the same. What do you think about COVID-19? What arrangements do you have in Malindi General Hospital, referral hospitals? You have quite a number of hospitals in Malindi.
Yes, Dr. You're very correct. We have a number of hospitals here in Malindi. We have Malindi General Hospital, the biggest here in Malindi. And as much as we've set aside measures, ready to take in people who will be found positive, but then it's good for Kenyans to know that, Kenyans have had this habit for some time. The habit of not going for checkup until you're sick. You wait till you're sick, that's when you go to the hospital. And with COVID, you don't handle it that way. With COVID, you don't handle it that way because before you know it, it will be too late. It will be very late. So we have measures here taken. We already take in these people, but then Kenyans should know that it's good to go for checkup and not just sit there and wait. Before we know that people who are smart, they are small. What do we call it? You just see the symptoms. So by the time you see the symptoms, it's very late.
Something like that. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, and then we have another problem here. The results take too long because they are out. Now, Dr. Matanga, imagine of a situation where you've been tested today and it takes a week before the results are out. Now you're tested, but you're not aware of your status. So this whole week before the results are out, you are out there meeting people. That means you're exposing these people to this virus. So we have measures set, but then it should not take too long before the results are out because during that period, people get to socialize and meet other people. The second thing is Kenyans should do the testing much earlier. because once you realize, it's very late. And then the country's testing protocols, it prioritizes on people who are exhibiting these symptoms, which means if we are to not to prioritize on people who have the symptoms, we can deal with these cases much earlier and manage the numbers from increasing. So in Malindi, we have centers where, if in case we have chances of people turning positive, we can deal with them. But then it's the responsibilities of these people from the coast and all over the country to make sure they do the testing on time, to make sure that the results not take too long to be brought into the public. That is the Ministry of Health. Thank you very much, Daktari.
So the problems you have identified range from too long time. People take a long time to get to these results. By the time you go for results, another disease has cropped in.
Yes, and you have infected so many people.
Yeah, when you go for testing, something else has come in your body.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people watching this should be able to tell the truth now, what should be done as far as COVID-19 testings are concerned. You are not the first person and you are not the last person. So many people have complained about this, and let's see how the ministry can help in doing so. Another headline is why Raila risked to lose in the Senate vote. This is regarding the Senate devolution and other things that we are witnessing, a standoff between the devolution ministry, the Senate, and then the governors, and then the CRA. The CRA is mandated to look into the formula. What formula will you give the people of Kenya the money which was developed?
Mm-hmm.
Believe me or not, that's the headline as it reads. Which one is this one as it is up here?
Yes.
And you can see from here, we are at a crossroads, very big crossroads. And Raila has come in to persuade the MPs, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they will explore the ways. I don't have anything to hide on this. You don't give money to land. You don't give money. You distribute money to human beings to manage the money. And I believe when you go to universal suffrage, you go to vote because you want a good service.
Yes.
But you don't go to vote because you want a half a loaf.
Mm.
No. The formula should be found where there is no loser, where there is no winner. Fine. But the majority, the concept of majority and minority in terms of populations worldwide. If you go to Hong Kong, there's a difference between Hong Kong and Beijing. There's a difference between Shanghai and Hong Kong. You cannot expect the money, the services, the amount of money given to the people in Hong Kong to be the same as that given to the people in Beijing.
Yes.
Where you have a population of about 20 million people or 30 million people, equivalent to one country in Africa.
Mm.
So the distribution of money, whether you go to Angel Gabriel and ask, you give money to who? The money is given to human beings. Money is not given or counted. We should not mistake the geographical approach of a country, of a territory.
Yes.
You don't give money to an ocean.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Britain has a bigger ocean surface. You get my point? Than the land surface.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give money to the land surface, to the population, or you give to the ocean? Look at Britain. A smaller island, but it demands an ocean, Atlantic Ocean, almost 10,000 miles. Is when you stop. If you go that way, it's 10,000 miles. That's an ocean.
Mm.
Do you give the money to an ocean? No. You give to human beings on the mainland in order to manage the marines, the fish, the fishing industry on the ocean. So for me, the question of money and the question of distribution of that money, the formula should depend on the needs of the people and how many people need that money.
Mm.
You cannot allocate money that is going to be corrupted or corruptly taken by the governors. Some of this money is corruptly taken, eaten by the governors. Most of these governors find huge money lying there in their coffers. The Senate has let us down. The Senate has let the people of Kenya down. It does not supervise, oversight the governors. Governors have become kings. They talk more than the president. They are more powerful than the president. And if this type continues going the way it is going, you might not find any devolution exercise in Kenya very fruitful to the people of Kenya at all. What's your comment?
Well, we've said this before, Daktari, that the money is not allocated to oceans or animals somewhere else. It's allocated to human beings. And I think these governors who are misusing the resources should come to understand that if these people, because it's very rampant, if their people get tired of it, it's going to be a problem. Because it's now very open. Everybody knows that people are misusing their resources out there. One morning, Kenyans will wake up and it will not be easy. They will not take it easy with them. So they should, because it's very open, they should come to understand that everybody knows about it and they should tread very carefully. It's not right to use money meant for the county for something else, and everybody knows about that. Now, because they're leaders, they should be good examples. They should be examples to everybody, because somebody is watching. Trust me, Dr. Masanga, whatever it is you're doing, there's somebody somewhere watching. Somebody is watching what you're doing, and he or she wants to learn from you. So as leaders, they should not just be there complaining, but they should be good examples to the rest. And as for the formula, it's not a situation of a win or lose situation. And the better the sooner they come to understand that, the better. And they should go by the CRA. You know, why is the CRA there? It's there for a purpose. So we should all go by the needs of the people. Now, the population matters here and not the land mass. Thank you very much, Daktari.
Thank you very much. This is the legacy trend coming all the way miles and miles away from Nairobi. Thank you very much from Kenya. In Malindi, we have Karen Josephs.
Yes.
And myself from the Political Command Center.
Mm.
The Star newspaper. Boarding schools may be suspended in 2021.
Mm.
You think you are a teacher?
Yes.
Your background is a teacher mainly?
Yes.
You think this is a good move? Do some of these boarding schools have the necessary equipment that are needed, facilities that we need to look at. Do we have anything that can hold people together? Our children going back to schools, in boarding schools, leaving your child. How many parents are willing to surrender their children to go back to those schools? If we are not capable to keep discipline in our houses, how will children keep discipline in schools? This morning, I wrote an article at 5 a.m. I think you have seen it
Yes.
this morning.
Yes.
It is becoming a nightmare now. If we are not careful, one of the biggest problems that we have are pregnancies. The younger girls are being impregnated
Yes.
by people, idle people, seated at home, relatives in houses, cousins. People are having sexual interactions,
Yes.
which is causing a problem and other pregnancies.
Correct.
If we are not careful, this is one of the problems, the product the Ministry of Health should roll out as they roll out this question of COVID-19. Your comments?
Well, I will begin on the discipline in the houses, Daktari, and it's so discouraging. And I think parents now have a picture of what we deal with in schools. But as a parent, how will your own child give you a headache? It means you did not straighten up this kid while he or she was growing up. And that is what we face every day as teachers in schools. We have to discipline these kids all the time. But as a parent, you have failed if your own kids can give you a headache. Because as a parent, you should have straightened up this child from the word go. And if a child, the psychology of a child, if a child discovers that, she or he's giving you problems, then he will actually put more effort in giving you sleepless nights. No, because my dad cannot do anything about it. It's time for you to stand up as a parent. Let this child know that you are the parent, and she or he is the child. You can fast, and if he or she followed. Do not let a child make you feel like you have failed as a parent. Do not do that. So if you have a young kid, train this kid from that age to learn to respect you and be disciplined. Teach that kid from a younger age. And if he or she's grown up right now, she's a teenager, because I've heard of issues, parents are complaining, I have a teenager and, he's being rude or she's being rude. Do whatever you can right now, but do not make that child understand that you have failed. Do not do that. It's a mistake. And as for the boarding schools, Daktari, I don't think they're ready, because if you're to work in dormitories, these beds are closer to each other. You sleep here and your neighbor is just there. You go to the shower together. You get into classes together. They're just not ready. The facilities are there, but they're not suited to handle COVID-19 right now. So if they're not to be opened, I will totally agree with that. I am in support of them not opening next year, because I don't feel like they are ready. These kids sleep like close to each other. You cannot, if a kid is infected with COVID, it can easily be passed to the next person. The next kid. So I support they're not ready. As for the pregnancies, it's very serious, Daktari. And the most painful thing is, because it's happening, this is an uncle doing it to you. This is a brother doing it to you. This is a neighbor doing it to you. So the parents have to be responsible. Make sure wherever you are, you can see your child, and be very keen. Be very keen of, when children speak, children are very innocent. But when they're trying to tell you something, listen to them. Do not ignore it. Do not ignore it. So be very keen wherever you are. Watch your child, because it's happening and it's all over. And it means so many girls will not be going back to school next year. It's not good, Daktari. It's not a good sign. people should be very keen as parents, because the teachers are not there to watch them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Confirmed cases in Kenya stand at 24,411, deaths 399, recoveries 10,444. In Uganda, the cases are 1,223, dead are 5, recoveries 1,102. In Zimbabwe is 4,339 and 84 people are dead. Recovery is 1,264. South Africa stands the highest, and Kenya is going towards 25,000. Hopefully it will come out or less. We don't see any day when the testing does not produce, has not produced any lower numbers.
Yes.
This was the time when we said it will go. Okay, given all that, what is your view, general view, of the situation, of the way the ministry, and what views can you give to the ministry to handle COVID-19?
Okay, as for the ministry, like I said before, they should work on bringing back the feedback very fast, because it's one of the reasons as to why the virus is getting spread quickly. Because as we wait for the results, I'm not aware, okay, let's assume I have done the testing, but I'm not aware of my status. That means because I do not know my status, I will go around meeting people. And if I am positive, that means I'll be exposing the rest of the people to this virus. And it's not a good idea. So if they can make that period where we get the feedback very much faster, then we will be able to contain those who are positive and contain the virus. That means they'll not be spreading it around. That is what the ministry should do. And as for the masks and the rest, because they have been there are people who have been misusing the funds meant for the mask or stealing the mask. We should follow it up. Let us get a report of what has happened. And if we get the reports, then we can know what we have lost so far and what can we bring back very fast. People should have this mask all over, and apart from the ministry and these other people following it up, it's a responsibility of an individual, every individual in Kenya, to take care of themselves, because they will do all that. But what are you doing about it? It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing, and it's your responsibility. If you do not go for the test very fast, know of your status and all of that, then you may be exposing so many other people out there. And if you don't wash hands, wear mask, then you're exposing yourself to this virus as well. So apart from the Ministry of Health taking charge, it's a responsibility of every Kenyan out there to take care of themselves.
Thank you very much. Let's cross over across the region and look at across in news. So far, we have got our main topic today on the legacy of President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
731 days left. What do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta in 731 days should do? What can he do at the moment to leave a legacy? What can be done between now and the end of the 731 days? What has the government achieved? How far is agenda big for? Does the media in Kenya report the achievements of the government? Are we only in the negatives? We talk about negativity. Is there anything good in this government that has been done that a Kenyan can say, yes, yes, yes? You are from Malindi, you are from the coast, you cover the entire coast.
Yes, Dr.
Right from Lungalunga up to Lamu.
Yes.
Is there anything that the government has done that people are happy about?
Yes, there's so much.
Bring up something that the government has done. And
so much.
The platform is yours now.
Daktari, I don't know where the last time you were at the coast, but if you are to be in Mombasa and there's this new road that has to, when you're past Mazaras, and then there's this new road that takes you to the SGR. Daktari, if you're to go through that road, you'd think you're in Dubai or somewhere else. You wouldn't believe it's actually Mombasa or it's Kenya. You know,
so
the way
that is
Mombasa. Yes, on your way to the SGR, the road, it's just
the highway,
and there's no traffic. You wouldn't believe you're in Mombasa. You'd think you're in South Africa or even Dubai. In fact, it's so smooth, and there's no traffic. You just go you will travel smoothly to get to town, Mombasa town. And that is a result of what the president has done.
Yes.
Where the SGR passes through.
Thank you.
There has been this new highway. Daktari, you need to come. You need to come and see. So this is because of what the president has done. And those who are saying he has not done a thing, I'm even surprised because they have not been there. So much has been done there. Yes. And even in the SGR, another thing is fighting corruption. When the dam thing came up, that was a result of what the president has done. He has fought corruption, and that is a good example of what he has done. As much as it has touched on some people in the country, but it's the beginning of us accepting that corruption is here and we need to deal with it. That is one of the ways of fighting corruption, and we need to pick it from there. So when this dam thing began, that is one thing that the president has done to fight corruption, and we need to pick it from there. And
so we lost you. Hello. Josephs, we seem to have lost you. So viewers, as we come back, she was saying the president has done quite a lot. Highway in Mombasa, the roads congestion in Mombasa is not like those days when you can drive all the way from Nairobi and then you spend 6 hours between Mariakani and Mombasa. We want to thank the president for the good job that he has done across down there on the legacy trend. We want also...
Sorry, Daktari, I'm back.
Yes, you are back. You got...
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. I was lauding what you had said, that you can travel from Nairobi, take 6 hours.
Yes. And apart from the...
You reach Mariakani, you spend another 6 hours to reach town. Are you there? Are you there?
Sorry. Yes, I'm here, Daktari.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, can I go?
Go on. I don't know, but we seem to have lost you. I don't know whether you are back, but we seem to have lost you.
I'm back.
Okay. What's happening to your network?
Which currently serves the northern and southern corridors of East Africa.
Yes.
Yes, so apart from the revival of the railway system, his government has revived the previously collapsed port of Kisumu, which currently serves the northern and southern corridors of Eastern Africa.
Yes, that's very good.
Yes, and we've talked of him fighting corruption. You picked that, Daktari?
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much.
And if you look at Huduma Center,
yes,
how are the operations of Huduma Center in Mombasa? And Malindi, Mombasa, Kilifi, Lamu, Kwale. How are the operations? Do you still come to Nairobi to get your passport?
No, Daktari, we don't. And the good thing about Huduma Center, which was brought up as a result of us having President Uhuru, is because you can have it all done at a single office. You know, before you could go to different offices to get services. And if there were corruption cases in those different offices, that means you could be dishing out tea at different offices. You go to pick an ID and you dish out tea there. You go pick your passport, you dish out tea there. You go to different offices. And because we now have a central point where we can have all that done. And trust me, Daktari, it's done within minutes. It's done within seconds. You're out of there. So the president has done so much for Kenya. Even the Huduma Center thing here at the coast, Malindi, you can access all you want at a single office with no time. I think Kenya should learn to appreciate. This is one of the things that we should learn to appreciate the president for. It's done very fast.
Thank you very much. The president has fought corruption. He continued to fight corruption. He's brought transport eased. In Mombasa, in the coast, you can now reach a destination. There's a road that links Mombasa and some place, Bambadogo or some place like that. Was it Dongo? The president went there to open up a road. Is that road complete?
Well, I will find out about that. I will do my findings and find out about that.
And then you come back tomorrow?
Yes.
Or Sunday or Monday.
Yes.
When we have another show on the legacy, we would like to find out as to whether there is a way. What legacy? What have we done? What has the government achieved? Thank you very much. We want now to read briefly the world news. In Beirut, angry residents are very upset with what happened. They're asking why the government, and why did the government actually store this ammonium nitrate. The residents are very upset. President Trump says on Wednesday that the Beirut issue was a bomb planted, but not ammonium nitrate. For the first time again in Israel, a flag, Lebanese flag, has been raised in Israel. It is really very, 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 very encouraging. Very encouraging sign. May God keep that line and that lane. We shall deliver. Thank you very much on that one. The flag is hoisted on the town hall in Lebanon, in Tel Aviv. It has never happened before. We can see behind there the pictures. Say a prayer for Beirut, all of you, wherever you are, it's Friday. Take 1 minute and say a prayer. But let me come back to you, Karen, and ask one thing before we leave.
Yes.
Fire, there was fire again in the market in the United Arab Emirates. Then yesterday we had fire in Umoja.
Yes.
I am happy and I'm thankful for the city council for removing and fighting quickly. They got rid of the fire. But fire is catching up everywhere. Fire is catching up everywhere. And this is very, very important for all of us to understand that fire is one of the worst hazardous issues.
Correct.
And then who is setting up these fires? Any clue? Is there any fire at the coast in Mombasa?
Oh, Doctor, with the recent happenings of fire all over, there has not been any, but that doesn't mean that we should sleep because it's been all over. We should be very awake and expect anything. We should be ready for anything because the way this thing is happening, it's very suspicious, Daktari. It's very suspicious, very suspicious. And the county of Mombasa and Kilifi should be very awake because you can never tell, Daktari. And very sorry to the people of Umoja in Nairobi for what happened. It's very sad, but we are glad that the fire department was there and it handled it.
Okay. Another headline worldwide is in Sudan, 3,300 people homes swept away by the floods. French President Emmanuel Macron talks to people during a visit to one of the places which suffered extensive damage due to massive explosion in Beirut. Remember, the French have presence, huge presence in Beirut. Part of the problem why Beirut suffers is the French involvement in the politics of Lebanon.
Yes.
And then we come to international last chance Saloni Bar owner fight to stay alive. COVID-19 is, I wrote today that COVID-19, do you agree that the political virus is more dangerous than the COVID-19?
Yes.
Do you agree?
I agree, Daktari. It's
Even
more
the
dangerous
scenario.
COVID.
Yes.
It's more dangerous than the COVID that we're facing right now. And the earlier we wake up to dealing with it, the better. Otherwise, it will eat us up. And I don't think it would be a good idea. As for the floods in Sudan, we hope that the government of Sudan will do something about it because we have so much that we're dealing with right now. So it should be dealt with. It should be dealt with as early as they can.
Okay, thank you very much. When we look finally, let me pick one story.
Yes.
You are not a sports I just want to ask, across the region of East Africa,
yes,
a political debrief is developing. It is now very clear that Tanzania, the COVID-19 figures, data is not well known to the rest of the region.
Yes.
What else do you think can the Kenya government do to protect its people?
Well, what else the government of Kenya can do to protect its people is find out. I'm still very curious, Daktari, from Uganda, the number is still quite low. So I am also very curious, and I think the government should also get very curious and find out, like I said some time back, what is happening there that is not happening in Kenya. Let's find.
Thank you. You want to find out what is happening in Kenya? What is happening in Uganda, which is not happening in Kenya?
Yeah, what is not happening in Kenya? And from other countries who have over...
I think the quickest answer I can give you on the Ugandan situation, I'm not there, but I can call from my mom and the other people, the elders. They don't have the signs of COVID-19 yet. My mom is 90 years old. This year, she will be approaching 90. And like now, as I am on the phone, she's watching.
Yes.
But she hasn't told me any signs of COVID-19, which is very good. And I want to thank God Almighty for keeping her. Of course, she has a few complications. But COVID-19 is real. The Ugandan side is discipline. It's discipline. Masks are worn. If to wear a mask, they wear it.
Yes.
There's nobody taking any chance. Here, everywhere, you saw senior people, the deputy president, coming out greeting people without masks. You know, ministers, members of parliament, members of the Senate, they are coming out greeting people without masks. The social distancing is not working in this place. It is not working. So you will find quite a lot of this situation happening. Uganda, there is discipline. I think what has earned the Ugandans the lowest number of casualties is discipline.
Correct.
And the type they have chosen to eat, they eat the type of food. People are cooking their food and eating it. You know, we have plenty of, we have matoke, we have cabbages, we have bananas, we have eating. People are eating wanakula.
And then, Daktari, I don't know if you're aware, but the importation of lemons and lime from South Africa to China is at around 200%. Do you think people should take the lemon thing seriously?
Lemon in the market is not there available.
Yes.
That's the truth now. At the moment, there's no lemon available in the market.
And China is importing lemon and limes at a very high rate. And like I say, 200% from what it used to before. So I think we should take it seriously to some extent. We shouldn't take it for granted. We should do this, using the lemons, and it could help.
That is what you think. Tell us about the weather. We forgot about it. It can always be done at the end. And we come to the end. That is what we should be doing with you every 9 o'clock in the morning on the legacy. You can also host it direct from where you are and tell us about the legacy of His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, 731 days left.
Yes.
The legacy.
I agree.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with you, Daktari. We have more to talk of the legacy, and we shall share that more tomorrow. But for now, the weather at Malindi here, the temperatures today will range from 23 degrees Celsius to around 28 degrees Celsius. And now it's around 10 a.m. It's mostly sunny with the temperatures at 25 degrees Celsius. When it gets to noon, that is 12, we expect it to be mostly sunny as well, with the temperatures at 27 degrees Celsius. And then it will be sunny till 6:25, when we'll have the sun setting at 6:25, exactly 6:25. And the temperatures will be at 25 degrees Celsius. And then it will be so till 7 there, where it will get clear. And then from 8 p.m., it should be cloudy, very cloudy, till around 10, and the temperatures there by 8 p.m. will be at 25 degrees Celsius. So today, that's the weather for today at Malindi, the coast. That is all I have for you today, Daktari, concerning the weather. But as for the legacy, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to share about the legacy of our President, Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes, thank you very much, viewers. Wherever you are in the world, thank you very much for watching the legacy trend of. We thank you very much. Thank you very much, Karen from Malindi. Thank you very much, those back in the studios in Nairobi, production team. Thank you very much. We look forward at 11 a.m. East African Standard Time, when we shall have Miriam and a call and the other group coming in to give us the People's Court, the week that was. The week that was. But don't forget, today there is a public lecture at 3 p.m. We want to send you with our 3 p.m. We shall send you with our number. There's a flyer that is going to come around, which I think with the number and the production team can change, put on the Zoom number. And once the people come in, a public lecture at 3 p.m. on devolution. Devolution is a political lecture, public political lecture on devolution and evolution, structural challenges, obstacles of devolution in Africa. Don't miss that. I'll be at the helm, and that has been requested by several senators. They want to understand what this means, where we went wrong. So Karen, 3 p.m., if you are available, join in. The flyer is coming. 11 o'clock, Miriam Ogutu comes with the group, the gang.
The crew.
The crew.
Yes.
Yes. For now, from the Legacy Trend Studios, miles and miles away from Nairobi. Thank you very much. God bless you all. See you again at 3 p.m. East African time, or later in the show. If I have time, I'll join in to share one or two things, or to listen in to what Miriam is doing and the crew from Malindi. You can carry your data to the other discussion. Thank you very much, Karen, for giving us updates. Is it, you said the weather is so, I feel like you're going to the sea now, but I have no way of reaching there. Thank you very much. I feel like you're going to the sea.
Yeah.
I have no way of doing that, but I will be shortly. I want to thank all of you for having been listening to us, our new program, the Political Debrief. We shall be doing it every morning at exactly 9 o'clock East African Standard Time, where we go through the headlines, the newspapers, the updates, and then the rest is left for early hours of the day. From me, Dr. Matanga, and from Karen Josephs in the coast, in Malindi, near the ocean, enjoying the breeze. Ciao. Have a nice Friday if we don't see each other on any other show. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao. Thank you.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.